I'm Kim.
I'm Brad.
We're 6260 Aulani, California, and today we're going to talk about the top 5 resorts that we would book for 2021.
And as many of you know, we are DVC members, and we're really itching to get back to the DVC resorts.
Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow along with our Ohana.
Okay, so we get going?
Absolutely. So we're going to go from number 5 all the way to number 1.
So let's start with our number 5 resort, which would be
Aulani.
Yeah, and this is kind of a weird one because I know it's at Disney World, it's not at the Disney parks.
Yeah.
But there is a reason for this. One is that a lot of people have had Disney cruises canceled and just kind of wanted that tropical feel.
And maybe you're not quite ready to go back to theme parks and you want something more outdoors that's not maybe as crowded. And also, Hawaii's had some really interesting restrictions to come that you have to have testing for the virus before you come in a certain amount of days, or they're always being updated, so you'll have to look. But I kind of like that idea of comfort.
Yeah, and there's some other things to be aware of with Aulani. Obviously, is it Ama Ama, and the Luau are both closed right now. There is no character dining, and Auntie's Beach House is closed as well.
But really, that wouldn't ever deter us from going.
Yeah, usually if we're going to go to something tropical, we kind of just want to sit by the pool or by the beach and relax. Yeah. That's kind of our idea.
And Rainbow Reef's still open, and the lazy pool, and all that stuff. So we haven't been, but really, it's tempting.
There's a lot of options for you to go there to relax and have a good time. If you're concerned, if you had that relaxing vacation canceled on you. Right,
and then maybe there's outside adventures and things that you want to do too. Even though there's not luau's at Disney Aulani, but there might be some locally. So that's something to kind of check into.
Okay. So let's go to our number 4.
That would be
the Grand Floridian.
I really like the fact that they opened up the walkway to Magic Kingdom, making it less congested on your way into the park or out of the park.
Yeah, there's a lot of positives, but it is still kind of low on our list due to the closures.
Right. But they still do also have the electrical water pageant, which can be viewed from Grand Floridian, so that's kind of a bonus in my world.
Yeah, and also Basin White's open for you.
Yeah, Basin White. I love Basin White.
But what is closed is Citrus Coast.
1900 Park Fair, all the teas, like the afternoon teas and things like that, the princesses, and Victoria and Albert's.
And also the spa and salon are closed as well. So, yeah, I mean, it's a great option if you're looking to stay at Walt Disney World Resort.
But we kind of put it towards the bottom just because so many restaurants are closed right now.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a big issue this year is trying to find food, open restaurants to sit down and eat dinner.
As much, yeah.
As in the past where you had a lot of options, it's just not there.
Right, but I really like the fact that you can now walk.
Okay, let's go to number 3.
Bailey Tower is really, it's not one of my overall favorites, but everything except for Top of the World Lounge is open. And that's a huge thing right now.
Yeah, you got a lot of food options. You got transportation options. They're all there. Obviously, they've started doing the Mickey character again.
Mm-hmm. Like a modified.
And I've actually
Chef
heard...
Mickey's.
Chef Mickey's, and I've heard Chef Mickey's is actually, their new menu is actually really good.
Yeah, so I really like that option that they changed that up. It probably you wouldn't feel as affected at that resort as you would other resorts right now.
And for us, if you have younger children, this probably maybe on the top of your list because you're so close to Magic Kingdom. Mm-hmm. For us, it's a little bit towards the bottom of our list due to the fact that we have a teenager and
we have Disneyland that we're close to. So Magic Kingdom isn't a park that we spend as much time in.
But that could be at the top of your list. Who knows?
Right. But it's a bonus that it's not as affected this year.
So let's go to our number 2 resort.
The Riviera.
Yeah, I know this is a new resort, and it's still hard to get into.
It's expensive in points, I will say that. But the fact that it's nice and shiny and new. And
the bonus thing is everything's open. Even though it's open, there's some modified character breakfast, but it's open.
Yeah, at Topolino's Terrace, there's a modified character breakfast, which that's really nice that's modified because in the parks you're not finding character meals. So that's a good alternative.
And you also have the
Skyliner.
Yeah, and that's great. We've been in it before. The open, you have the vents open. Yeah. They have good airflow. And it gives you good options to Hollywood Studios and to Epcot.
Yeah, it's good. It's I like the fact that, once again, I don't think you're going to feel very affected. It's a nice resort. It gets rave reviews. We've eaten at Topolino's Terrace, and we've really enjoyed it before. And I just feel like that's a kind of a nice place that we'd like to check out.
Yeah. So let's get to our number one. And our number one's one we actually just stayed at our last time we were in 2020.
Not just. It's been almost a year.
Almost a year. But it was in 2020 is the last place we stayed at Walt Disney World. And we ended up loving it. Mm-hmm. And it's not number one because of that. It's number one because of everything else.
Yeah.
Is the Beach Club.
Yeah. So the Beach Club right now is kind of a really big deal. It is probably a hardest resort to get into most of the time because they have so few DVC rooms. But the actual hotel resort side of Beach Club is closed. Only the DVC is open until May 30th when the hotel will reopen. So if you get in that first part of the year, that's a huge deal. So that Stormalong Bay is going to be less crowded because you have less people at the Beach Club.
So you'll be able to have more pool time maybe?
Right. And the water parks are closed, so that's a good alternative because Stormalong Bay just is a favorite among DVC owners.
And then, of course, if you are concerned about being in close quarters with other people, you can walk to Hollywood Studios and to Epcot easily.
Right. And that Skyliner, just that queue is just right around the corner. It's great.
So you have great transportation options. You have dining options. You have a lot going on there. Yeah.
The one thing is you do need to be aware of is Cape May Cafe is closed. To me, that's not a big deal. It's a buffet. Buffets aren't my favorite. But I know some people really love it. Mm-hmm. The beaches anchoring a window just closed. It was originally open, but now it's not. So for some people, if they weren't getting reservations, that may be something that you may not like because you can't eat it around the pool.
And I know this isn't technically at the Beach Club, but it's at the Yachtman Steakhouse is closed as well.
Right, because to me, Yacht Club organically kind of flows into the Beach Club because there's really not too much to separate it, and they share so many amenities like Stormalong Bay. They share fitness center, things like that. And also to know the spa and salon are closed right now.
So that's pretty much property wide right now. If you have haircuts, salon, spas, massages, they're all closed. And so that's something to be aware of. Yeah. You're just not going to get the services that you had before this virus hit.
Right. But to me, that idea of having less crowds and less people at the overall resort and Stormalong Bay is kind of a bonus.
Now, remember, this is our DVC.
Yes.
We're DVC members. Obviously, we're going to be talking about DVC resorts because we have a lot more experience with them. And not saying that the regular hotel rooms could be better or worse.
Right. There's actually some that I love, but they're not open yet. So we basically are sharing with you that things can always change. This year will probably still kind of flutter around and nobody knows when fireworks are coming back or dining. So those kind of things would definitely...
Or the dining plan.
Yeah, that's another story. I know. We missed our dining plan.
So what would be your top DVC resorts for this year?
Please comment below because we'd be really interested to find out what your top 5 resorts would be.
Yes, and we are planning a trip to Walt Disney World this year. Fingers crossed. A couple, maybe. So with that, I think it's time for us to say goodbye and
find your magic.
Bye, everybody.